Hey everybody, Hunter, Fisher, Trapper, Trader, Guide, Scout, and Interpreter, and Country Cook Steve Hall here in Nashville, Tennessee, along with pretty Miss Sheila running that camera. Hi Sheila.
Hi.
Doing a great job as usual back there. We're going to make some kebabs for the grill. And when I was up in Minnesota, you go in there and you get a pizza at one of those pizza shacks up there, and they put in pineapple and Canadian bacon actually up there. They call it sweet swine. So these are going to be sweet swine kebabs. Say that 3 times holding your tongue. And I went to get some skewers. They got some wooden ones at the store, which are pretty cheap, but they burn up if you get them on the grill too hot unless you soak them in water. Then they had some metal skewers that were on a rack that you could lay a few of them across. Then they had these neat little cable skewers out here at Bass Pro, and that's what we're going to use. I'll show you those a little bit later. But we got some pork cubed up here. And what was this, Sheila? What did it say on that package?
Pork loin.
Pork loin cubed up, and man, it just came out really nice. And we're going to get this in the refrigerator, so we're going to turn the camera off in just a second so we can get this back in the fridge. But right now we're going to make a brine with all these goodies in here that we're going to brine this pork in for 24 hours before we put it on the skewer. Come on over here and let's get started. Man, I can't wait to try one of these stainless steel cable skewers to make our kebabs. And I went all out for you guys. I actually went and bought a real pineapple and chopped it up. Of course, it's all real pineapple, but it's not out of the can. This is actually a pineapple all chopped up out of the pineapple. I did it myself. Then I went to the farmer's market and got some fresh peppers. And we're going to pop these back in the refrigerator because we're going to have to cook something and cool it down. So we'll be right back. We got our cubed up pork and our veggies back in the refrigerator because they're not quite ready for this just yet, or we're not ready for them. I'm going to put in a half a cup of ketchup in this little thick saucepan on medium heat, and a half a cup of soy sauce. Get that working together. And I got about a quarter of a cup of lemon juice to go in there. And we're going to pour this in this bag right here over them little cubed up pork chunks, and we're going to let that soak overnight before we take it out to the grill, and it's going to be really, really good. We got a half a cup of brown sugar. Got to have that in the marinade if you're going to make it. Sweet swine skewers. Kind of get that dissolving a little bit. Then we just need a half a teaspoon of salt. I'm sorry, a quarter teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of black pepper in here. We got that in there as well. And I also got 1 tablespoon of garlic powder was in that same little dish that I just chucked in there. Let me bring this to almost to a boil, kind of like a simmer, and we'll be right back. All right, this is trying very seriously to come to a boil, but I've been stirring it. And I've been stirring it for about 3 minutes now. Once it started bubbling, like a hard simmer, I started stirring it real good, and it's been doing that for about 3 minutes. So I'm going to shut the heat off, and then I'm going to pour it over the top of our meat once it completely cools. I'm going to let it sit here until it goes completely to room temperature, maybe even put it in the refrigerator. Then I'm going to pour it over the top of the pork. I don't want to do it while it's hot, obviously, so we'll see you when it gets all cooled down. All right, we brought our pork back from the refrigerator, took it out of the bowl and put it in this 1-gallon bag. And I got to tell you why this looks like so much of this. After I got simmering that and we turned the camera off, I tasted it. Wow, it was just delicious. I'm going to do another recipe coming up where I'm going to do top sirloin kebab with vegetables and stuff. And I like this so well that I'm just going to add some steak seasoning to it. Maybe a couple other little ingredients, but I love the base taste of it, so that's why I got so much. Because after I turned the camera off, I kept the heat on and put all the exact same ingredients in there one more time and made a double batch. But now we got it completely cooled down. It's clear down to room temperature. We're going to pour about half of that in there. Save about half of it for my steak. That stuff is so good. You have no idea. It's just wonderful. Try to push most of the air out of there, and then seal her up. Kind of tumble them little pork cubes around. Oh, they're just going to love getting snuggled right up to some sweet pineapple chunks. This is ready for the refrigerator, and we're going to put it in there for 24 hours, and we'll be back and assemble our little cable wires from Bass Pro and make some kebabs for the grill. See you in about 1 day. Bye-bye. I know it only took an instant for you, but for us it took overnight. We had to wait on this pork to marinate in there. And Sheila says we're going to change the title of this. It's going to be listed as Pork and Pineapple. No more sweet swine. She likes the pork and pineapple idea. And again, I got these neat little skewers here that are a cable stainless steel skewer from Bass Pro Shop. And we're going to build these right now. Come on over, let's get started. Let's move our pork and pineapple out of the way because I want to finish up prepping these peppers. We've got some red onions, some sweet onions, some tomatoes, and some peppers to go along with our pineapple and pork. But I wanted to show you this little process that I do. Is all the peppers that I do, I just cut off one end, cut off the other end. Then you can just lay these down and cut this up for salads or whatever you want to do. And you can take this part, move this out of the way. Same thing with this red one. This has nothing to do with the recipe, this part of it. But this part does. Once you chop each end off your pepper, when you look in there, it's so easy to just cut the one. This has only got 2 connections. Usually it's 3. Slides out and look at that. It's all done, ready to go. Now I want these to be the right size, so I'm going to trim this. And this will go in my salads. Now it's perfect. Now I got the perfect sizes to build for my kebabs. I know I could have did this before the video started, but I wanted to show you how I cut up my peppers. These will all go in a salad somewhere again, and here is how I cut up peppers for my kebabs. It's just a little tip. Hope that helps you. Now let's get back to the recipe. I pulled this pork out of the bag and I just dumped it in a colander and let most of the juice run off, but I didn't rinse it because I want to keep that on there, a little bit of that marinade. And let's start with our first piece of pork, and I'm going to put a piece of pineapple next to each piece of pork, so hopefully the flavors will kind of run into each other. Give them a little cherry tomato, a couple little pieces of onion, some red onion to go alongside of that. And by the way, when I cut the bottoms off those peppers just a little while ago, I just took that bottom cap and cut it in 4 little chunks, and it's going to work perfect on there. Isn't that beautiful? Time for another piece of pork, another piece of pineapple. Let me get to building this up a little bit, and I'll be right back with you. Isn't that beautiful? Let me slide her on down the line a little bit. Bring my ring up to the end, and looky there. That is ready for the grill. Let me do another one. Be right back with you. This turned out great. I got a few little pieces of pork left over here and pineapple. I'm going to put them in a pan in the kitchen and make another little recipe out of it. But I kind of doubled them up on this one. I went pork, pineapple, pork, pork, pineapple, pork. I didn't want to undo this side, but let me tell you what I'm going to do next. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in my little cup here. And take a little bit of olive oil and I'm going to put it on just the veggies. And I'll tell you why. Sheila just loves this dash on her salad, the original dash. And when I get out there, and I don't care if a little of these flavors run into each other, that doesn't matter. And anything else you want to put on your skewers, hey, have at it. You can use mushrooms. Mushrooms, I don't do mushrooms too much because they want to break apart. That's the problem with that. Now that I got just the veggies oiled up here, here she is. This is Sheila's favorite, this dash, original dash that she puts on her salad. And I'm going to hit the vegetables with that. Kind of mat it down a little bit so it sticks in there. Alright, it's decipher what's veggies and what's pineapple and pork there, but a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit on there, and that's for her. Now, when I get this to the grill and I get these grilling up, I'm going to baste just the pork in here, and if a little of this runs over to the veggies, that's fine too. This is a sweet and sour sauce that we have on our channel. I'm going to link this recipe to the end of this video so you can make the sweet and sour sauce, because I wish I could just dip my finger in there right now and taste it. It's so absolutely delicious. And when we get to the grill, we'll take this and paint just the pork until it's done. So let's take these out to the grill. They look absolutely beautiful, and get started. All right, we got our lump charcoal toned down a little bit. We got our little grill mat on there, which I love to cook on those grill mats. And I'll tell you why. I did another recipe where we did top sirloin and vegetable skewers, and a few of the tomatoes came loose, and because of that grill mat, they stayed right there. So let's get the lid on this closed up. It's about 300 degrees. We're going to check on this in about 7 minutes. Buddy, it has only been 7 minutes, and it is time to turn these babies over. Oh, look at the nice color on the pineapple and on the maters. All right, let's get her back together for another 5 minutes on this side as well. We want to make sure that that pork is at legal temperature. But here's the thing about pork these days. You know, in the old days, when everybody slopped the hogs, people would, you know, they told you to cook pork all the way through. If you go online and check on it, you can actually eat pork slightly pink in the middle if you want, and not cooked all the way done. I'm not telling you to do that, but I do it all the time. I have pork chops. I hate them cooked to death. So when they're just barely done and even just a light bit pink in the middle, I eat them. And just read up on it before you do that. But we're going to cook these another 5 minutes, and then we'll check them out. Boy, that looks and smells terrific. It is time to hit it with some of this sweet and sour sauce. And I'm telling you, it's going to turn our little pork and pineapple, as Sheila calls them now, our little pork and pineapple stainless steel kebabs here into a wonderful, wonderful treat. Now you can paint this on your veggies too. I'm just doing it on the pork right now, and the pineapple, because the other veggies has Sheila's favorite seasoning on there. Looks just absolutely wonderful, and this is about done. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn these over and hit the other side. A little bit of that. Come on, get in place there for me. Oh, look at the color on those onions and tomatoes. Wowee. Just want to hit the back side of this pork and pineapple. I guess pork and pineapple sounds a little better than sweet swine. That's what they call those pizzas up there at the Pizza Ranch in Roseau, Minnesota. If you go up to Roseau, where they build the Polaris four-wheelers, had some hunting property up there for quite a few years, and I used to go in that Pizza Ranch. They got great food, but I love their sweet swine pizzas. And this will only need about another 5 minutes to make sure that pork is done for everybody that wants it really done. And then we're going to pull it off, take it in the house. And they are done. Wow. And what a wonderful way to cook this with these stainless steel cable skewers from Bass Pro. And because they're stainless steel, they don't rust either. So this is wonderful. Oh, look at that. See that little tomato falling off there? Didn't have to worry about flaming up the charcoal or none of that stuff. Let me see, where's my little tongers? Here we go. Because that grill mat took care of it. But look at that, doesn't that look delicious? Let's take this in the house and plate it up. We are fresh back from the barbecue with this wonderful kebab, and it's not sweet swine, like they name the pizzas up there in Minnesota. It's called what, Sheila?
Pork and pineapple.
Pork and pineapple. I like that better. That's a neater title anyway. So come over here and let's take a real close look at our pork and pineapple kebabs. Boy, I'll tell you something. Every now and then I just give this a little touch. That sweet and sour sauce is so fantastic. And with the pineapple in there, with the pieces of pork that were marinated in what we built together, you're just going to love it. We hope you enjoyed this recipe. I know we're going to enjoy it for lunch. And we really hope you subscribe to our channel as well. You'll see little Shotgun Red's face pop up over here in just a second. If it hasn't already, it will. And then you can click on that and hopefully you'll subscribe to our channel. Over here, I'm going to put that sweet and sour recipe. It's real simple, real basic, 4 or 5 different ingredients, but wow, it is, again, not as sweet as Sheila, but it's really close. But we're going to enjoy this meal, and it's just the best pork and pineapple skewer you ever had in your life. If it ain't, it ought to be. Did you enjoy this, Sheila?
I did.
I did too. We'll see you next time right here on Cooking with Shotgun Red. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.